Good morning from New Orleans, Louisiana, a city known for its rich food culture. We're gonna be here over the next few days testing out a lot of the different foods. You got the beignets, the pralines, the jambalaya, the gumbo. Oh man, I can't wait to try it all out. I am a fat guy, so this city is heaven for me. Our first stop, Cafe Beignet at Musical Legends Park for some, you guessed it, beignets and live music.
So we're currently at Cafe Beignet right now. It's on Bourbon Street. You've got your live music. It's outside. It's really nice, cool. And we're gonna try some beignets and some jambalaya and a hurricane.
Cafe du Monde is the famous spot for beignets, but I figured it'd be fun to kind of compare a place nearby to Cafe du Monde. So we've got the beignets here. Beignet is basically like a donut without a hole, and it's got a lot of powdered sugar on top. Here we go. The beignet is very puffy inside, so it's got like a really great texture to it, and the powdered sugar adds to the experience overall. The taste is fantastic. It does taste similar to a donut for sure. I could see why people would say that. Cafe Beignet claims to have the best beignets in New Orleans. Is that true? I have no idea, but they're pretty darn good. Up next, we have the Hurricane, which is an alcoholic beverage loaded with fruit juices. You can see there's a cherry on top and an orange. Pinkies out, ladies and gentlemen. There's so many flavors, it's hard to be like, this tastes like X thing, but it tastes like fruit punch mixed with alcohol. Good alcohol at that. We have jambalaya, which has chicken in it. Spoiler alert, I've already taken a bite of this and it is amazing. It has sausage in it, it's got chicken. Look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah. Wow. I just want to say this hurricane is hitting me like a hurricane, pun intended. Lunch was incredible. That jambalaya, oh man. Anyways, our next stop, New Orleans' oldest candy shop, Laura's Candies. Which one do you recommend?
The plain, the rum, and the Creole.
All right, we have just left Laura's Cafe. I got a praline. This is a Creole praline. It's got vanilla in it. And then I also got a Superdome, which is a milk chocolate. All right, guys, we are back at our hotel, but we came back because I'm a paranoid person and I didn't want my Superdome chocolate to melt. So we came back here just to bring this bag back, but I was like, you know what? We got the natural light in here. We might as well go on ahead and taste the praline, and while we're at it, I'll show you the Superdome too. This is the praline. This right here is a, they at Laura's, they were calling this a Creole praline. I know it has vanilla in it. It's got like a waxy feel to it, and there's some nuts in there you can see. See, you can see in there, lots of sugar, couple nuts. All right, let's give it a taste. Pinky out.
Bad.
Very sweet. Good, very sweet. So the nuts combine with the sugar to like give you a flavor explosion in your mouth. You may have noticed how it's kind of like, whoa. It was a lot of sugar at first, but as the nut taste started to mix in, really started to get very eclectic. And then I also got a Superdome, which is milk chocolate with other stuff inside. And it's called that because, well, I'm sure you can figure out why they call it the Superdome. Do you get it? It looks like the Superdome. The Superdome is where the New Orleans Saints play, if you didn't know. It's just a stupid joke. Anyways. Oh. It kind of tastes like a Three Musketeer, but kind of not at the same time. The texture of this stuff is like a Three Musketeer. Well, we have finally left the hotel, and a couple hours have passed. We actually went to the Museum of Death. They don't allow any recording or any photography inside, so it was really cool. I recommend going there if you're in New Orleans, but we are now headed to Cafe du Monde to try out their beignets and their coffee.
So Cafe du Monde is in the French district, and it's one of the must-visit places in the French Quarter in New Orleans. It's known for its coffee and its beignets, and it's been around for literally hundreds of years.
So we have made it to Cafe du Monde. I ordered a coffee a la and that's a coffee that they're known for. It has chicory in it, and I also ordered 3 beignets.
So you can get an order of 3 beignets for $2.73. And then your coffee, a small one, is also $2.73.
All right, we have been served. We've got 3 beignets here. You can see them thickly coated in powdered sugar. You've also got the coffee a lot here, which is the coffee that they are known for. Quick tip, if you are coming to Cafe du Monde, they do not take a card. You need cash, which we found out after ordering. Not a big deal by any means. All right, it's time for a beignet at Cafe du Monde. Last time I tried this at the other restaurant, it shot out of my nose. They taste very similar.
The same? Oh my gosh, again?
I like it, it's good. These are thicker than the ones that I had at Cafe Beignet. And they're a little bit more, the dough is a little bit more moist. Are these better than the ones I had at Cafe Beignet? It's all on personal preference. I think they both taste really good. I'm not gonna say one way or the other, because if I'm in the mood for beignet and I'm in New Orleans, it doesn't matter where I get them from. All right, it is now time to try out this hot cup of Java. Cafe a lot here, Cafe du Monde, here we go. And trust me, it is warm. Now, as previously stated, this coffee is made with chicory, which is something I've never experienced before. Luckily, Holly has the answer for why it's used.
So, during periods of history where the French couldn't import coffee, they would use chicory because it has a similar flavor to coffee but no caffeine, and so you could mix it in with the grounds and it would make your coffee stretch further, or you could replace it altogether.
Cafe du Monde is right next to the mighty Mississippi, and there's even a river walk. It's also next to Jackson Square, which is a beautiful park with a rich history spanning hundreds of years. We've walked around a little bit more, now we're back on Bourbon Street, and you can see things are starting to come alive as night begins to come upon the city of New Orleans. After a fun walk down the ever-lively Bourbon Street, we made our way to our final eatery of the day. We're gonna have po' boys. We're going to a place that's near our hotel. By design, we chose that for that reason. It's called Mahoney's, and we're gonna grab a couple po' boys. Let's go. All right, we have made it into Mahoney's. If you didn't know, a po' boy is a traditional sandwich from Louisiana. Almost always consists of meat, which is usually roast beef or fried seafood, often shrimp. The meat is served on a baguette. Ended up going with the short rib po' boy. Is an award-winning po' boy for this restaurant, so I figured why not. And I got a big old chalice of local beer. I don't even know what kind of beer this is. It's good either way. All right, dinner is served. I've got a short rib po' boy here. Look at that. Oh boy, does that look good. You got a short rib, you got the fried onions, you got the tomato, and you've got some sort of lettuce on top. And there may be some sausage mixed in, I'm not sure. There's a ton of flavor in this. It is a new day in New Orleans. It is absolutely beautiful out here today. It's nice and sunny and warm. Unlike yesterday, it was a little bit cloudy, but we are headed to Napoleon's restaurant. I'm gonna be trying out some gumbo. I don't think I've ever actually had gumbo, so I'm very excited to try this. Now, gumbo is the state dish of Louisiana. So when in Louisiana, you do what the locals do. You have some gumbo. It usually consists of some sort of shellfish or meat, and then there's thickener and stock, and then the holy trinity of vegetables, which includes celery and onions, and something else that escapes my mind. But for our next meal, we visited Napoleon House. Like all of the places featured in this video, Napoleon House is located in the French Quarter. It's got a nice indoor seating area, but it's also got a cute outdoor area. I am looking for the gumbo. Where is the gumbo? You see the gumbo anywhere? Oh, here we go. All they have is seafood gumbo. Ew.
You can also get the red beans and rice.
Red beans and rice?
Yeah.
Change your plans, guys. I'm getting the red beans and rice. So they only have seafood gumbo, and I don't eat seafood, so I'm gonna get the red beans and rice instead with smoked sausage. I love beer. beer, no, seriously. A good beer is a good beer. It's nice and hot out here. So I went with the red beans and rice. Comes with sausage and then toast. I have Holly's toast here because she can't eat it. All right, there you go. Look at that. Oh yeah, there's so much flavor in this.
It smells good.
Oh, it's incredible. Let me tell you what, all this combines to make heaven in your mouth. It's like an explosion of your taste buds. Perfection. Now, at this point, I tried everything I'd wanted to try, except gumbo. So for our final meal of the trip, finally got some. Well, a day has passed and we are now at Pierre Maspero's in the French Quarter, and I have got myself some chicken and sausage gumbo. I just got a small cup of it here, you can see. All right, so this is my first time literally ever having gumbo. That's not a joke. This has classic dark roux, onions, peppers, celery, chicken, sausage, and it's finished with rice. This cup was $7. You can see right there, looks fantastic. Let's get that first taste going. Here we go. First time ever. Make sure we get all the contents in it. No first taste is complete without all the contents. Here we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Looks amazing. How have I never had this? It's excellent.
What do you like better, the gumbo, jambalaya, or red beans and rice?
My favorite thing I've tried in this video would be the jambalaya. That was superb. This is great, and then probably the red beans and rice. But jambalaya is still my go-to. Gumbo, this is pretty good though. I would definitely get this again. And let the record show, I did order jambalaya at least one more time, and it is just as fantastic here as it was at the other place. I love jambalaya. I am a new fan. Oh hey, you made it to the end of the video. That's pretty dang awesome. For more on New Orleans, check the description below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. I post new travel videos every week. And major shanks for watching.